Hello folks, and welcome back to our evil base in the, in the tropics. We're having a bit of a chilly night, some quiet time as people are milling about the losses of their colleagues, friends, and other associates. We have Jet-chan locked up in a cell, one of our, the cause of most of our woes. And we are going to test out our brand new biotank on him. Hopefully it goes rather quite well for us. I'm always a little bit concerned that he will escape, because Jet-chan is a very, very dangerous man. Here we have a technician currently doing his best to repair our Satan's chimneys. And we currently acquired a camouflage door, which is an excellent thing to have for a base entrance. Not that I think it actually does much other than look cool, but surely that has a merit in and of itself. And amusingly enough, that investigator failed to trigger the laser trap, but the valet did it for him. Well done. I'd offer the valet a promotion, but the only reason it happened is because he's an idiot, and we can't promote that. Ralph Schultz seems a little bit confused. Perhaps. Oh, there we go, he seems to have worked it out in the end. To cheer our minions up a bit by letting people get buff in the barracks, as well as the little gym we have over here. Also, since we have some extra funds, I think an arcade cabinet or two wouldn't go amiss. We have our totem pole sections still sitting around in the freezer, in the hopes that it won't do too terrible. Ah yes, we have a spin doctor on their way to escort Mr. Jet-chan out of the base. I am considering replacing all of these deadly traps with purely smart straining ones, in the vain hope that doing so is going to reduce the amount of heat produced by this setup. Although I suppose one could argue that any heat produced is offset by the fact that people who actually do go in here get killed. Are we having too few bunk beds? I actually think we do. That's interesting. We need to set up a new barricade, what am I saying? Barracks. Yes, I do think a new barracks could be useful to us. Currently there seems to be a little bit of an overcrowding issue. suppose it could be alleviated by moving these bunk beds here, because they have entryways on both sides. So by doing that we can put in 3 new ones.
Move this object to a more accessible location. Caution, not all object hotspots are accessible.
Because, you know, people can get into the bunk beds from both sides. Also, apparently we are unexpectedly drawing a lot more power than we have available, which is exciting. I think, seeing as how we're not particularly active out into the world at the moment, just going to send this fellow over to a different region to plot. Then we are going to shut down our control room for the time being, and we are going to replace this turbine with a pair of nuclear reactors. Actually no, we are going to replace this turbine. Sometimes it's better to pay the cash incentive, especially when it's combinations like that, because I know for a fact I have a fairly poor memory, so I will probably forget which things we researched it with. That being said, we'll get the nuclear power station up and running, which should be sufficient for our purposes. Then I think, yeah, what I'm gonna do is I am going to actually remove the lethal traps from this setup. I'm going to move some of these into the these ones into the armory. That poison gas cage trap can also be removed. And uh-oh.
Weaken tag issued.
Well, now we have a problem. So while it's on my mind, I'm going to set up a fire extinguisher next to the laboratory in case there are any incidents during interrogations. We can also get Lord Kane to use his psychic terror on them. So, as long as Lord Kane is focusing, these gentlemen are going to be completely useless. Lord Kane is actually a very useful minion for the times when you need to distract enemies.
Another one for the safety
I'm going to move this Satan's chimney over as well.
Hostile presence detected in base.
I think a non-lethal setup is going to serve us better in the long run, because it means that our freezers won't need to get overfilled.
Hit on security network.
And he is recuperating with his monkey friend. And he can... Oh, he shows a different attitude than expected also. That's quite interesting, I think.
Unleash the monkeys!
Anyway, we are going to set us up some traps outside the base just so that Colonel Blackheart gets something to keep. Excuse me. Just so that he gets something to keep himself busy with. And alright, I wanted to move this into the
Object will be moved.
cell block area as well, including a new pressure pad.
Been ordered.
Excuse me again. Seems like my throat is a bit amiss at the moment. There we go. Now, what do we need to get done? I think we can stand down since the risk of imminent assault is significantly lowered. Also going to install a nerve gas cased trap here.
Order confirmed.
But there feels like there is more we can do. Perhaps we can put one here as well,
Object has been ordered.
so that people going through the laser actually triggers both of these cage traps. And we are going to reactivate the control room because we are spending quite a fair amount of funds present.
Prisoner interrogation requested. Select an interrogation device to proceed.
While we have the practically entire guard force out into the armory, we can interrogate this fellow. That's going to give them all a fairly huge loyalty boost, I think.
By Jove, I'll butcher 'em.
Weekend tag issued.
And Colonel Blackheart gets some exercise in, I think.
The bounders!
The benefit of doing this is that, as you have probably noticed, is that your henchmen gain experience and they can use this to learn neat new abilities. Egg chair. That's an odd thing to get, but I suppose I can't exactly complain. Alright. The painting seems to have grown legs and moved over there because I certainly don't remember putting it there. We're going to send in some of our mercenaries to more lucrative regions and have them have them steal. I'm also going to send some quantum physicists. We're going to send one here. Oh, what's this then? Hack into automated defense network. Hammer and Patriot have both invested heavily in automated defense networks that are intended to identify potential airborne threats and respond appropriately. Break into one of the defense silos on the Hammer side and make some critical adjustments to the threat detection matrix. With the recognition patterns for missile and Starling switched around, the defense network should launch a preemptive attack against Patriot the next time so much as a flock of birds come within range. Brilliant. Although, for that purpose we are going to need a fair few more technicians than we have. So, what we will do then is probably see if we can reduce our guard force by 4 individuals and increase our desired number of techies by that same amount. Then we see, are there any missions that would require guards? 4 scientists, 4 spin doctors, so these are all that type of mission. Contradiction, 6 workers, 1 guard, 1 valet. Okay, so I'm gonna send out those 6 workers, 4 guards, and 1 valet. And before you ask, the intent of this is indeed to get those guards killed, so that they free up slots for technicians. I would say something about the ethics of this, but I'm fairly sure it's well enough clear at this point that we are not nice. This chap needs to hide, or Jetchan is going to kick his teeth in. Freezer rack. Getting impact stress analyzer, the centrifuge, and the biotanks. Let's see what we can get. Panicked because I can't get out. Well, that is a surefire sign that you really should not be. Gas trap by.
Intruder tagged for psychological weakening. Warning, hostile presence detected in base.
Oh my, and the entire social force is being sent out of the control room to deal with the 2 intruders. They should really feel well and truly special. Now that is just amusing.
Detected on security network. Weaker tag issued.
Colonel Blackheart, your services are required. There seems to be some sort of bug in my setup. I need you to swat it. Thank you, my good man. I can tolerate a lot, but not tourists running around ruining everything. Oh, and we found ourselves with quite a lot of attention in that region. And we have some new objects. Brainiac machine. Interesting. Oh, is that what we got from the desk? I quite want one. Not sure what it does, but I want one. Can I make a room? I don't think I can. No, it's far too narrow, unfortunately. I have a bunch of wasted space here. Perhaps I can do something clever with that. Can I expand the archives? Yeah, if I do it like that, I can put in 2 Brainiac machines instead of the reading table.
Construction underway. Road construction unpaused.
Oh yes, that's going to work out quite well, I think. Of course, someone is going to come over there and dynamite it and do sad things to whoever is in the room, but what can you do? Portugal's hold on this colonial outpost has been crumbling for years. This is a great opportunity to stir up trouble and tie the hands of international law agencies. With the right men and capital, we can begin to ferment an uprising against the local authorities that could escalate into all-out revolution. Tremendous. Four technicians and 4 guards. Okay, we'll send out 4 technicians and 2 guards and expect that at least 2 of them will die in this mission. Okay, we'll send out more guards because Jet-chan is currently paying attention to the goings-on in the region. Okay. Oh, brilliant. This notoriety boost has given us quite a fair few missions we can do. Wonderful. We are, of course, going to remain cautious in our efforts because, as mentioned, bad things happen when you start getting your heat up a bit too high. And Anvil is currently not particularly happy with us, so we can expect to see some manner of counterattack soon. On that note, where are our... Ah, there we go. They're going through the heliport. Freak production. Oh yes, that's an interesting one. Also, this is probably going to be the world's most awkward flight. 2 investigators and 6 minions out heading into the world to do evil. and a totem pole piece. My oh my.
Mission underway.
We are definitely going to send him some technicians to snatch that up as soon as we have the sarcophagus. And once that is done, Smash are going to be unbelievably angry with us. In fact, they likely already are. Lord Kane, I need you to disable these people. Jubei, I need you to kill those people.
Rage pod at the max!
Blackheart?
Bandits at 10 o'clock!
Intruder tagged for psychological
The
weakness.
social minions will, in the meantime, be in charge of suppressing these soldiers. Are we looking at a nasty crowd? Okay, then I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to use our new technology, freak production. If I can just remember if it's a right or a left click. It's one of the two. Well, regardless, I have now ordered quite a fair few of them to be produced, which is going to have brilliant results until said freaks reach the base entrance, where they will die due to a lack of smarts, but it is what it is. So here we have a mercenary doing some heavy lifting indeed. So you can see his loyalty is slowly draining. He's questioning the choices in life that led him to hauling a dead Patriot agent in a body bag around. And I'm currently questioning the choices that led to Mariana Mamba showing up on the island.
Good evening. This is the Pan-Arabic Wireless Service. Despite the best efforts of SMASH and the other global defense alliances, world treasures continue to disappear at an alarming rate.
Here is our freak.
Suffers a loss of a priceless artifact, as the sarcophagus of Uten Banu was stolen from his tomb in the Valley of Kings earlier today. Uten Banu's tomb was protected by a Great D curse, which was only enough to kill a small number of the minions who carry out the theft.
So we have acquired ourselves something rather quite neat at this point, I'd say. Guess we should put it somewhere.
Caution, this object has
Yeah, seems like a good enough position. We'll remove this. Now, who is shooting? I'm going to change up the wiring for this so that it is a bit simpler to enable or disable the trap. In this case, I want it disabled so that this freak here can do his thing. His thing is that he is very, very strong, not very smart.
Good evening. This is a World Service broadcast. There is increasing evidence that the evil organization is trying to reassemble an infamous Red Indian totem pole. After the totem pole was looted by colonial ethnographers and carved up into 4 sections, a curse was placed on it by the tribal elder. Legend
very
has it that if
powerful
the pieces
creature.
are reunited, the curse will be lifted.
Although completely uncontrollable, he will kill anything put in front of him. Until something kills him, but as you can see, that is a lot Easier said than done. Perhaps we should create a couple of them to soften Mariana Mamba up a smidge before she becomes more of a trouble. The benefit of freaks is that, well, they produce more source material by virtue of existing. Until then, we can hook up the smart strap again. Now, where are they putting the totem pole? We know we acquired it. I know. Oh, you utter.
Object move order confirmed.
Okay. Well, the casualty of a few technicians is inconsequential to us. Those guards can stay there and keep stealing, though. I like money, and stealing is a good way to acquire money without having to do much hard work. And now we are going to assemble the totem pole, which is done by putting the parts of it together. We have yet another freak. I'm a little bit down about the fact that we can't see freaks being created. But it is what it is, I suppose.
Weekend tag issued.
We absolutely need a weekend tag on this lady, however. There we go. Now in a little bit we will have our scientists walking in. Oh right, that was a poor move order. I need to do this thing first so that they can get at it.
Hostile presence detected in base.
Ah, here we go.
Object will be moved shortly.
Just dunk that into the biovat. And out comes a freak. She tried fighting the freak, but it didn't work so good. Of course, the freak is now going to die because it's not very smart. And
Intruder tagged for capture.
when they lose all of their smarts, they die. This is incidentally a good way to stop a freak from rampaging once you feel that it's generating.
Objective complete.
Ah, here we go. This is the reassembled totem pole. Very, very powerful piece of loot. I will let the freak leave undeterred. Of course, he isn't really accomplishing much because he that gas trap really is not doing much of note at all. Yes, it really isn't. How about I put a Satan's chimney here, so anybody thinking that they can avoid any of these traps by walking into it are going to find themselves in a little bit of a pickle.
Psychological weakening.
Meanwhile, Mariana Mappa needs some interrogation rather quite badly, I think.
Interrogation order confirmed. Awaiting interrogation device selection.
We are going to run her through the centrifuge and the biovat so that both her attention and smarts are completely drained. What this will do for us is that she will forget where she has been. She'll forget what she has seen. And therefore when she is put back out into the world again, she will be back at square one, so to speak. Also, I think it's time for us to acquire some more advanced minions, so we will seize this playboy. So, 4 workers, 3 valets, 1 spin doctor, but I'll send 2, just in case. I also want to see who is interrogating her. That's a guard, so I will send a mercenary. Unfortunately, sometimes when you send minions into the world, they'll send the one that is... they will send the one that is interrogating someone. If the person they happen to be interrogating is a super agent, then you're gonna have a very bad time. On that note, I am going to take these out in favor of control stations. It'll free up some of our staff, and it'll provide us with some more opportunities to put in good loot in that room.
Object has been ordered. Warning, this object is inaccessible and must be moved if it is to be used.
I'm going to change this area up a little so that it's more
Object will be moved shortly.
that was not a good setup. And there is... how many tiles is that? It's just 2, so I can't put any loot down that way. Okay, I'm gonna put them like this instead.
Move this object to a more accessible location.
And we can research this. I will do that with the bio tanks, because as I've mentioned in the past, we would very much prefer to
Capture tag issued.
have the most recently acquired piece of research technology working on things. Meanwhile, these 2 burglars are occupied with the freak. Good on them. I suppose it's just a thing that we do for fun. We expect a big invasion, then we can absolutely...
Select an interrogation device to proceed.
So I'm going to move this. I'm going to move it here.
Object move order confirmed.
That way I can put the totem pole here and it will grant its beneficial effects to most minions in the room.
Caution, not all object hotspots are accessible.
Right. Chan is a big fan of kicking our scientists in the teeth by all appearances. Very polite man. "30 seconds left on the Playboy mission. We are going to start by creating a corridor like so. Over here. Then we'll make this area into sort of a training room.
New home build order confirmed. Road construction unpaused. New homes available.
This is a Patriot World Service broadcast. General Gunfleet of the Patriot Council has today issued a warning to all American citizens after the recent string of kidnappings. The General urged all citizens to take basic self-preservation measures, such as not accepting candy from strangers. And now the weather.
She seems to be having a bad old time. Tremendously bad old time indeed. One of her legs seems to have turned into sort of jelly from the chemicals, so that's an interesting result of our studies, really.
Road construction unpaused. Weekend time issued.
We have a spin doctor who's learning the ropes. These two mercenaries can be somewhere more useful, such as here. More lucrative area to steal from. Apparently our Europe team was plotting the entire time. Good for them, but it's not why they are hired. Good so far. I think we can even install the new Brainiac machines.
Object has been ordered.
Expensive, but rather quite neat looking, and I think there's something to be said for neat looking items. I know that the Brainiac machine can be used to interrogate people, so let's put the Playboy in it. Meanwhile, Maximilian can be somewhere else where he is making more sense to be. I did want those 10 technicians. I think 10 technicians is generally speaking overkill for most anything, but I do want to send them out to get that mammoth. There's a lot of Saber saboteurs. Sorry, Patriot saboteurs. We don't want them in the base. They're going to blow our stuff up. Can't have that.
Prisoner interrogation requested. Select an interrogation device to proceed.
There we go, we'll have him questioned in the Brainiac machine. There's the construction worker that will do it. Our control room is now staffed by almost half the people it was when we first acquired it, which is yet another good thing for us. We have the Playboy, some sort of dapper fellow, disguised holding something. Well, perhaps it could be useful. Maybe. It doesn't really have the same... Ah, here we go. Now that does not seem pleasant at all. No, it really doesn't. So now I guess we just pulled all of those secrets right out of his head. And we have John G, our first Playboy. I think we need more where that came from. And 6 of those as well. Are we at a full technician capacity yet? Vodka is big business in Russia and one brand dominates the market. Vladivostok red labeled. Home distilled vodka is still the tipple of choice for the rural poor, but for the affluent and those who value their sight, Vladivostok reigns supreme. The President Russian Premier is known to be an ardent aficionado of Red Label, but it is rumored that he refuses to perform any of his diplomatic duties without a bottle at his side. It should be child's play to commandeer the Vladivostok distillery and plant explosives on the vats, then revel in the chaos of the resulting vodka deficit. Excellent. Well, I think we're going to start by doing the mammoth thing. We just need a construction worker to educate himself. Meanwhile, we have our spin doctor and presumably also our Playboy on the way to perform some Playboy training. Oh my word. Very worldly of you, Mr. Jai.
Security door bypassed.
Security door bypassed. What security door? Oh. Further research. Okay. I will pay the incentive. But I should have known. Rahib Muhammad Abbas clearly was not a very bright man. Seems like their ability to avoid the gas trap is sort of becoming what I would describe as a bit of a nuisance. And he's just standing in there having a smoke.
Oh, yes.
Very lazy man. On that note, I think I've been having so much fun that I didn't notice we're actually at 50-minute Yes, the 50-minute mark. That is quite remarkable and not a good sign for my character, but I suppose it is what it is. That being said, next episode we are going to see these technicians revive. Now I am incredibly confused. Where did I see the 10 technician mission? Ah, the automated defense network. We're going to have them hack into that, get to start shooting at starlings, which, or rather, cause them to shoot at Patriot as soon as they see a flock of birds, which seems like a fine little ploy to carry out. But on that note, I feel like we must end this before it becomes far too long-winded. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you'll have a pleasant day. I wonder who made that freak. And finally, do take care. Goodbye, everybody.